Chop Robinson joins us now. It's a live program, so watch your language. Hi, Chop. How are you, buddy?
Don't watch your language. You don't have to. I've already sworn.
No, he's already
times.
well, he swears every day.
I said the F word. I said it all already.
The show hasn't begun until Chris says something he shouldn't say.
So,
how are you?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Good.
All right, Penn State. We are Penn State. All right. So first thing, where's Chop from? Tell us about Chop. Because tell us your real name and then tell us where Chop came from.
So my real name is Damian Robinson. Chop came from I was 14 pounds when I was a baby, and then my mom gave me the nickname Pork Chop. And once I got older, I started to slim down, and I was like, I can't have people calling me Pork Chop.
All right, so they just kept it to Chop.
I just kept it Chop, yes, sir.
Okay. 14 pounds coming out. Damn, that's a big one
I was
right
huge,
there.
Yeah, I was huge.
All right, all right. So we like to do it to everybody. What do you weigh? What'd you weigh in? Yesterday, and what's the measurements right now?
Yesterday I weighed in at 255. So I think I'm going to weigh in tomorrow at 255.
255?
I feel great. This is the heaviest I've been, but it's been all lean muscle.
Okay. All right. And 6'3"?
Yeah, I'm 6'3".
Okay. All right. Officially 6'3"?
Officially
not
6'3".
6'2" and change or anything?
6'3".
Okay. All right. You can say it. You got it.
Who is it that you look up to that's currently in the NFL that you kind of aspire to be like when you get there?
I'll say Nick Bosa and T.J. Watt. Both of those guys are very relentless. They're very consistent. They stay with low pad level. So no guys could get their hands in their chest, and they're very consistent with their hand usage on pass rush. So I'm just trying to watch their game, build on that, and learn from those guys.
How much of your own arsenal of pass rush moves comes from watching guys in the NFL? I mean, how much of it is natural to you, and how much of it is, I see that guy doing that, I'm going to try to incorporate that into my game?
Honestly, I just try to focus on what works for me and what doesn't. So I seen Nick Bosa on him using the swipe, and T.J. Watt was using the swipe. So I started working on that when I first got to Penn State, and I built that move, and it was muscle memory to me, so I've been able to use it ever since.
That's great.
So Chop's got a swipe.
Yeah, swipe is my favorite move, yes, sir.
Okay, it fits good. How, you started your career in Maryland, right? Mm-hmm. Transferred to Penn State after your freshman year?
Yes, sir.
Right? So how'd that happen?
For me, I just felt like I wasn't in the same environment everybody else was.
Right.
Same mentality everybody else, so I just felt like it was best for me to bet on myself and surround myself with the same guys. So that's what I did. Penn State is a no-brainer. Great team, great culture, family-oriented, so it was a no-brainer for me going into the portal and going to Penn State.
Yeah, I got you there. All right, so you go to Penn State. You guys have had some, guys that play a similar position to you that got in the NFL. I mean, Micah, for one, right? Odafe Owe in Baltimore. You talk to any of them? Do you get any advice going into this process about all this?
I talked to Micah during the season a little bit.
Yeah.
He was just telling me just have a routine like the one I have in college. When I told him about my routine, he was like, just keep that with you to the next level, take a routine with you to the next level, and just try to work on things that you had to work on through college and just keep getting 1% better every day.
Yeah, right.
Who's the quarterback that you can't wait to put on his ass?
I would say Lamar Jackson. I'm from Maryland, so seeing Lamar all the time just run around, I definitely want to sack Lamar Jackson because he's the hardest quarterback to sack.
Right. You're a Ravens fan? You grow up a Ravens fan?
Yeah, I grew up a Ravens fan.
Yeah,
I'm not too far from Baltimore, so Ravens always been in my blood.
Right. Okay. So like old school player, were you in on football as a young kid? Like even I know you talked about guys you looked up to right now, but like how about growing up? Like was there anybody that you were like, oh, that's my guy when you were 8, 9 years old?
Growing up, I'd definitely say Von Miller.
Yeah.
When he was back at Denver, just seeing how he was the first guy I seen with crazy bend,
right,
and the ghost move and using his hands and being able to bend around to get to the quarterback. So watching Von Miller when I was young, I definitely wanted to be like him.
Yeah, I hear that. He's freak show for sure.
He was.
All right. So speaking of freak shows, what are you gonna do tomorrow? You doing it all?
Yeah, I'm doing everything.
You're doing it all. All right. What do we like? I don't want to put you on the spot, but like 40 time. Like you got a general range you can throw out there for us?
Yeah, I'm gonna hit that 4.4.
You're gonna hit that 4.4?
Wow.
Ooh, I like it. I like
wow.
it. Coming in, no doubt.
Wow. Write the check. A lot of times they don't write the check.
All right. I like it. You're my kind of man. All right.
I got you.
Back it up. Do it.
Who have you gotten the sense is interested? Talking to these teams, I know sometimes it's hard to figure it out, but who's you get a vibe? Who do you get the vibe about?
It's kind of been hard to figure it out because I've been meeting with a lot of teams all back to back. So I just been taking the meeting one time, not trying to put too much in my head and just focus on what I can control.
How about like thing you want to work on? I want like thing you want to work on the field, right? And then thing that was the most pain in the ass to work on getting ready for the combine.
On the field, I definitely wanted to work on being consistent with my hands.
Right.
Like
hands. Everybody talks about hands.
Sometimes I feel like I miss a lot of opportunities just relying on my speed. I know I got to get off and the bend, but not using my hands definitely cost me missing some sacks and stuff like that.
Right.
And for the combine, honestly, I would just say running every single day.
Just getting that 40 down to a science, right?
You know, it's little details that you didn't know about running, and
right.
we was learning those every single day.
Yeah,
during, training.
I hear you. You don't realize, man, the start just before I even start running all the things, the first few steps.
It's different.
It is. It shocked me too when I
It
went
really does
through
amaze me how much importance gets put into that, though, because you're never going to use that again.
Exactly.
No, but for
it's
his
like being
position,
in school. Like, when am I going to use this in real life?
For his position, being in a 3-point stance though,
That's
and that
true.
first 10
Gotta
yards,
fire off.
it's real with these guys.
Yeah.
So that's where he's got to stay on it.
Who's the baddest guy that you had to deal with when you were playing college football? The one guy that gave you the hardest time when you're trying to do your job?
I would say Olu. Olu he's a freak of nature. He's very strong, got great feet. So just going against Olu
You're talking about your own old lineman, the guy at Penn State, right? Yeah.
Well, it makes you better for the games.
Yeah, 100%. Going against him every single day. You're not going against no offensive lineman like that. So when he was beating me, he'll tell me what I needed to work on and what he's seen. And then when I would beat him, I would tell him the same thing. So it was like a back and forth type of thing, and we was both making each other better.
Yeah, Olu Fashanu is projected as a top 20 pick, right? I mean, I think other than the guy Joe Walt from Notre Dame, people are looking at him to be one of the top 2-3 tackles off the board.
So you guys are at practice trying to beat the hell out of each other, and then when you're done, it's like, hey, let's figure out how to get better. So the next time we'll beat the hell out of each other even more.
Exactly. It's definitely competition every single day, but at the end of the day, we're both on the same team. We're both trying to be the best in both of our positions. So it was an every single day thing.
Before you go, give me one guy on another team that was like, damn, he was a good player. Doesn't even have to be an old lineman. Just that you played in college where you're like, man, that guy was the real deal.
I would definitely say DeJuan Jones from Ohio State.
That big dude, yeah.
Yeah, he was huge. He had long arms.
Right.
And it's hard to really get around him with his long arms. So watching film on him, it was definitely hard to pick.
You think you're getting around the edge, and then he pushes you.
Exactly.
You're like, damn, his arm still got me. Right.
Exactly.
He's a giant. He is.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.